Hey guys! I hope you did have some really nice days off in the past weeks, and maybe even got a chance to capitalize on the 5 times daily experience boost that was running in World of Tanks for a few days. I got myself a King Tiger and a T-49 while also unlocking finally the Top Gun on the T-54E1, so overall I had a pretty good grind, I would say. Right now, however, 2016 is already going on full steam ahead, and this should be a pretty exciting year indeed. I will have my blog up and running in a few weeks that I think quite a few of you might enjoy actually. And I also decided to upgrade the Funny Moments compilations to a weekly series rather than being a monthly release. I'm also introducing 2 brand new video series. One will be dedicated to introducing you to the top 10 mods of each category, mostly from World of Tanks, but we will also touch on World of Warships and Armored Warfare as well. This is planned at the moment on a bi-weekly basis, with the first episode coming your way already this week, featuring the top 10 crosshair mods in World of Tanks. The second new series is of course being rolled out right now with this very video, and it will be dedicated to your, and perhaps sometimes also my, awesome replays. I'm looking for ace tanker gameplays with a Kolobanovs, Radley Walters or better, or maybe with exceptional spotted or direct damage dealt. Just upload your files to the VOT replay site and send me the link. While I can't guarantee that you will get featured, I will definitely share the best of them with you right here. It goes without saying that I'm absolutely looking forward to your funny replays as well, so keep on sending those gems in too. I think today's replay will be quite a bit to your liking as well, as Bob15 from the EU server will completely dominate the battlefield in his Stug III G, earning himself a respectable Pools medal with 10 kills. I won't keep you any longer from the fun either, so let's jump straight into it. Alright, so here we are in good old Widepark in our Stug III G. Now this is definitely a very nice matchup for the Stug. Being top tier and using that long sniping gun, there is nothing on the enemy team that he would not be able to shred up really easily, if only he positions nicely, and he certainly does. Widepark in general is sniper heaven, as it offers really good positions on both sides. Now the Stug, being a non-turreted tank destroyer, is definitely more suited to becoming right here on this end of the map, where there are 2 lines of bushes right in front of a choke point up there under the bridge, which offers, well, really nice sniping positions. And quite often you will see that the enemy team will just bumble about, and that was a really nice snapshot, on the other end of the bridge, basically just lining up to get shot with all the tanks on our side. So I definitely agree with the positioning here. If someone has good gun depression, the other side, on that little hill, on the K0 line, is a very good position too. But usually this is where most of the fighting happens, and there we see the first kill already. It's important to mention that the rate of fire of this machine using this gun is very nice indeed, as is the accuracy. We can see there is almost no aim time involved, which makes it a really good thing. If you are bringing it in a position where you can keep the gun firing, you can really pile up the damage very quickly. Now of course it's worth to keep an eye on the map as well, as the eastern side is definitely looking weaker at the moment. Oops, there we go. But I still think that this positioning was the better choice, as we can inflict a lot more damage here. And look at this, it's just like a shooting gallery, and it's very often is actually on Widepark. And even though we basically expect the other side to fall, we are in a good position to prevent those guys from doing any real harm as they are breaking through. Is a D67 thinking about it. Come on, you know you want to. That was an unfortunate shot. See, most of the shots are flying through. and being tracked in the middle, in the open, the T-67 was pretty much doomed. So far, already 2 kills up and over 1000 damage done. This is still a close match. At the moment, the enemy team is actually an advantage of 1 tank, and the Churchill actually slipped through. And what is this OI experimental doing? Oh my. And there goes the next victim. The aiming is really nice. We are aiming here at that flat part of the front of the KV-1, which is one of the weak spots of the tank, relatively speaking. And now only to finish off this Churchill. By the way, Bob, I wanted to ask you, is this actually your first account? Because I did see that you only have, well, less than 1000 games in this account. And I have to say, during the game, it's pretty solid gameplay, so if it is, then definitely I have even bigger respect for that. And that was a good kill. This was actually the best players on the enemy team, but it wasn't really in a machine where he would have been able to do much. You have to be careful about that Marder though. That thing has a pretty dangerous gun. But he seems to be relatively alone. Yep, there is a Valentine, and that's actually, yeah, you can see, actually one of the few tanks on the opposition that has the armor to bounce, but aiming at the right spots, we will be able to take him out, and he's only a tier 4, and the Stug is actually surprisingly well armored from the front. So that was a good one. Now it's even, and we definitely have the advantage. Almost full health, already on 7 kills. Just have to make sure that we don't give ourselves away to the artillery. We will definitely be aiming on us, because we were the only ones being spotted. So hiding behind that building was a right thing to do. Carefully trying to move up. Waiting in cover until the binoculars are being activated. Are all very, very solid things to do. And oh, there is the Marder 38T, who is running straight into the BDR, who was hiding behind the church, probably in a location where the Marder was really not expecting him to be. But where are the other guys? Let's activate those binoculars once again. This is definitely the thing you should be doing here. Seems the BDR has finally found his brave pills as well, which is good. And will definitely help. Pretty sure that those 2 unspotted enemies will be around in this section somewhere. Oh, and there is the artillery. Careful! Oh, we receive a hit. But with our rate of fire, we have absolutely no problem hitting him. For the second time, taking him out. And look at actually the ammunition count. We almost used up all of our armor-piercing ammunition. And that's luckily this time not a problem, because both the Marder and the Panzer III are fairly lightly armored, which means that our HE ammunition will be very effective against them as well. By the way, 6 HE rounds are perhaps just a little bit too much. I would probably pack only 3 or 4. But it's only my preference. Oops, we found the Marder. And there is still no sign of the Panzer IIIA, which tells us that he is most probably hiding around A9, A0. And look at this shot. Really nice snapshot there before he could reverse back into cover. So that means the last good player of the enemy team is gone as well, and now it's only down to finding that Panzer... that Panzer IIIA. He actually spotted the entire game. Now, it's possible that he might have been slipping through, but the fact that he was not spotted until now, and as we run XVM we know that he is not a very skilled player, makes it more likely that he is actually hiding in that corner, probably for the entirety of this match. It seems Bob has been coming to the same conclusion, and that would mean a booze medal, so let's hope that he is indeed there and will not try to engage the BDR, giving us the kill. Because let's be honest, going up against the tier 3 machine, there is no question about the end result. And will he be here? Oh yes, he is. Just as expected. And there he goes. Panzer IIIA destroyed, booze medal accomplished. So this was a very solid textbook use of the competent German tank destroyer, that's the Stug III G. Sure, it was top tier and the enemies literally sacrificed themselves on a silver platter in the beginning of the match, but everyone will have these opportunities and Bob capitalized on this one close to flawlessly. Impressive game, mate. Many thanks for sending it in once again. As for the rewards, he was indeed showered with medals, as you should be with 10 kills. Apart from acing the machine, he also received his well-earned Booze Medal, Top Gun and High Caliber awards. Perhaps surprisingly, he also got the fairly rare Naidin's medal for taking out all of the light tanks, at least 3 of them, during the course of a match. At least, I myself didn't realize this until after. Although running a regular account, this was worth a net 1349 XP and 31,000 credits. Well, that's what you get for 10 kills and doing almost 3000 damage in a tier 5 game, if you were ever wondering. No wonder that with this result he dominated the leaderboards as well. Really, apart from a few shots in the beginning, the shooting was rather spot on too. From the 32 shots fired, which is almost the total ammunition for this machine by the way, 27 of them hit the target and 24 penetrated as well. Now, of course, being top tier, you would not expect anything else, but the Stug is generally a power to be reckoned with, even in the higher tiers as well. And best of all of this was achieved without a single round of gold ammunition being fired. In fact, Bob did not even bring any with himself, thus allowing him to make 26,000 credits profit even with a regular account. Not too shabby. Right, so this was then Bob causing some serious destruction in the Stug III G. I hope you guys did enjoy watching it. If you did, thank you for considering giving it a like or sharing it. Next up we will have a look at the top 10 crosshair mods in World of Tanks, which should be quite an interesting one, so stay tuned for the rest of the week as well. Take care guys, and I look forward to seeing you again in one of the next videos.